Good morning, gang. Happy Friday morning. Okay, well, we'll start off with a piece of good news. The price of silver, if anybody's paying attention, it's hit a 15-year high at 10 to 5 this morning as I'm recording this. We are at $36.50 an ounce. So all those people that have been buying silver, it's looking good. Good deal for all of us. All right. That was not the topic of today's video. You kind of figured I wasn't going to let this one go. Last night, I guess about 3:15, it was about 45 minutes before the market closed, we had the biggest, I guess, political spat in recent history between, the President of the United States and the richest man in the world. I'm sorry, but this is like two man-childs all of a sudden going after this. This is like third graders. So, and I know everybody wants to take a side. And I'm not trying to be wishy-washy here. If I had to pick a side, I'm going to go on Trump's side, and there's a reason for it. But I see the point that both of them are making. I just don't see the purpose of slinging mud in the public. If they want to bitch at each other, they spend enough time together in the Oval Office, they could have done it there. They could have easily had a phone call. But to have some Twitter spat, and I blame Elon for that, is childish. Okay. Now, the whole thing started because Elon Musk is not happy with the big, beautiful bill. As I said yesterday, I'm not totally happy with the big, beautiful bill. It's got some good spending cuts in there. It's got some good tax cuts in there. If we don't pass something, we're going to have a real crappy time ahead of us. I don't agree with the increasing the spending by $3 trillion. I don't agree with the raising the debt limit by $5 trillion. Okay. So on that side, I get Elon Musk's complaints, okay? I mean, he just spent, 100 days or whatever, 120 days, however long he spent, running Doge and finding all this waste in government. And then Congress did absolutely nothing about it. I mean, I haven't heard anything to speak of about any of the waste that he found that's actually being cut. And what they did consider is now tied up in court, the NPR and PBS and stuff like this, okay? So in that respect, yeah, he's got a right to be a little pissy. But not with the president, with Congress, because Congress failed us. Congress is the one that determines the spending, the budget, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I mean, it's not an executive order. It's not the president signing off on this. Congress has to pass it. Congress is the one that wrote the damn thing. Now, granted, Trump had influence on it, certainly, okay? But ultimately, it's got to be Congress is the one who writes the bill and passes the bill. So Elon's got a point. We need to cut the spending. I worked my ass off for this. Why didn't you do anything? I agree. All right. But then Trump also has a point, because either we pass this bill or nothing happens. It's not, I mean, you see the size of these things. I mean, it's like Moby Dick on steroids when they write a House bill, okay? Either we pass this bill or everything that's going on, all the previous tax cuts disappear, nothing gets cut, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So it goes back to the old phrase of 50% of something is better than 100% of nothing, all right? And unfortunately, that's where we are. Elon Musk wants 100%, the big beautiful bill wants 50, and if we do nothing, we get 0. So Trump has a point. Let's get something done, all right? The art of the deal. Start at the moon, settle for the atmosphere. Hopefully you don't get buried under the earth, okay? It's kind of where we are. But then to bring this to the public, and I'm sorry, but Elon Musk must have a death wish for, I don't know, SpaceX or Tesla, or he wants to turn himself into Bill Gates or George Soros and be hated by everybody. Because, all right, in the last 7 months, he's pretty much alienated anybody who's a Democrat. I mean, Christ, they were burning Tesla dealerships and keying Teslas because they were protesting Elon Musk. They aren't coming back into the fold quickly. But then yesterday he comes out with all these crazy tweets and says how if it wasn't for him, this is his quote, "Without me, Trump would have lost the election. Democrats would control the House and the Republicans would be 51-49 in the Senate." No, Elon, I hate to tell you this. Without 78 or 79 million of us, that would have happened. But I hate to tell you this. While you may think you're that influential, you aren't. Trump would have won the election whether or not you backed him. The only thing you can possibly say is that you bought Twitter and it allowed some of the free speech to come out, that everything in social media wasn't leftist. But otherwise, no, your $1 million checks to a few people didn't influence them. Why do I know that? Because all the money you dumped into that Wisconsin Supreme Court candidate lost. So if you weren't influential enough to get a Supreme Court candidate elected, don't tell me that it was because of you that we have Trump in the White House and a Republican House. Sorry, that just doesn't hold water. Okay. He took it further, saying that SpaceX was going to start decommissioning Dragon because he disagrees with this. Okay. That's, the space program, getting guys back and forth to the space station, that sort of stuff. Okay. But the worst one was when he came out and said that Trump is on the Epstein list. That one, you're in trouble for, Elon. I'll tell you this, and I'll give you this as a couple of reasons. Trump's association with Jeffrey Epstein has been known for a long time. From the fact that he kicked him out of Mar-a-Lago decades ago for hitting on some member's teenage daughter. And that was the last of it. This has all been made public many times. Washington has had the Epstein list for God knows how long. Do you honestly think that if there was any nefarious activity committed by Donald Trump, that Hillary Clinton wouldn't have used it, that Joe Biden wouldn't have used it? The Democrats would have put that out so fast, it wouldn't have been funny. They would have destroyed the man. They tried everything else, right? Bullshit lawsuits, raiding Mar-a-Lago, Russiagate, Pizzagate was Hillary Clinton, but all this crap, they tried everything. If they had a smoking gun, like he was a pedophile, you don't think they would have used it? So the issue that Elon Musk has here, just ask CBS, Trump is not afraid of going to court and suing somebody. Calling him a pedophile, yeah, I'd say that's slander. If he did it verbally, he put it in writing too, so it's also libelous, all right? Yeah, what if Elon Musk gets sued for, was it $20 billion that Trump is suing CBS for, right? For what they did with the Kamala Harris interview? What was the settlement Trump got against George Stephanopoulos and ABC for calling him a rapist? Yeah, that was, what, 20, I don't remember if it was $7 million or $20 million that ABC had to pay. Something ridiculous. Okay. This doesn't serve any good purpose for anybody. You're a Tesla stock owner? No, I don't own any. Okay. Your stock was down 15% yesterday. We watched the market turn on a dime. Dow dropped 200 points in the last 45 minutes of the day. Went from up to down. We don't need the infighting. I see both of their points. I want to see spending cuts. It's never going to happen. I don't care what. I want to see the tax cuts be made permanent. That needs to happen. But as I've said many times, all this lie of we're going to grow ourselves out of the debt is bullshit, because as soon as we see growth, Congress is just going to spend more money. Never once, I mean, notice in this whole big, beautiful bill, is there any line item that says we're going to pay off $1 trillion of the debt? Nope. They have no intention of ever paying it off. We could slow it down, but they have no intention of paying it off. Elon doesn't have a bitch with Trump. He's very misguided in where he went. Trump doesn't have a bitch with Elon. They'll say Trump started this, but not really. This was all Elon. Both of them have a bitch with Congress, because Congress is the one that's failed us over and over and over again. We change presidents every 4, maybe 8 years. Haven't had an 8-year president since Obama. Okay, so it's been, what? When was he done? 2016? Yeah, so I mean, we're going on 10 years, this Trump, Biden, Trump. Okay, third president that's only served one term consecutively. Yet we keep electing the same morons in Congress. Both sides. There's a lot of people. Every representative obviously is up for re-election next year, and a third of our senators. A lot of them have to go. John Cornyn, Lindsey Graham. Those are a couple of Republicans that need to go. Lisa Murkowski, Susan Collins. Yeah, they need to go. They do not represent the United States. They are traitors. They need to go. And there's many more. And I could name a boatload of Democrats too. But, well, pretty much every Democrat needs to go. So I guess that's easy blanket. Look at this from both sides. Put yourself in Trump's shoes, put yourself in Elon Musk's shoes. Both of them have a right to be pissed. Neither one of them at each other. Both of them at Congress. That's where the problem is. That's what we need to fix. Everybody can keep bitching about Donald Trump, but until we fix Congress, it doesn't mean a damn thing who's in the White House. Pinball out.